Okay, so I'm back again. Today we're just gonna basically I'll be honest with you, I really don't like using this drill. I've about broke my wrist with this drill before. Take a look how fast this thing spins up. This is because of the quality of the motor that it's used. Look at how instant that is. Broke that bit right off in that. Alright, so I'm back again, and today we're going to mount my dad's old bench grinder that I took the old grinding stones off, and we went ahead and put the wire wheels on here. I put a brass and a steel wheel on here, and we're going to go ahead and mount it to the Maxxhaul Hitch mounting Vise plate system for a pickup truck. I've already got the setup ready to go along the wall for this next setup to be in line here, and I've already got the holes drilled into the hitch receiver. If you haven't watched the other video on how to do that, I'll go ahead and put the whole video down in the links below, and then check out the whole playlist for redoing this garage. But this is going to take a little bit of time. So basically, I just need to undo some boxes and drill a few holes, and we'll put it together and mount it right on the wall here. So what we'll do is we'll just move this and start unboxing this Vise setup. I've already pre-opened this box, and since I've built a few of these now, I know what I'm doing. Okay. What we'll have to do is we'll have to open all this stuff up. I just was trying not to make this a real long video, because I've already made a few of these. But the way the YouTube algorithm works, sometimes if the pictures, the thumbnail's better, it'll pop. Sometimes if you use a different tag word or some word in the description, it'll pop. Otherwise, kind of just on your own on YouTube. YouTube is it's so difficult now to grow on YouTube. It's insane. You almost have to pay people to do it, and if they catch you doing that, then they demonetize you. So about 4 years in this YouTube. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take this shaft all the way to the wall, and then we'll get this thing cut. I'm gonna mark it and then cut it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put it inside of our hitch mount here. And I've got to cut it to length as the other one. So what you're going to do is you're going to mount it into the wall like so, and then we'll just mark it here. And we're just going to use a reciprocating saw and cut it down. I actually went and got my portable vise now. Also, if you want to watch a video, this is my dad's old Vise that I repainted. It's not perfect, but I was going to mount it to the wall, but there's just too much weight to it. So my buddy Chris said, "Michael, why don't you just put that on one of your bench press stands?" I said, "Oh, that ain't a bad idea." So I had these other bench tops stands from the grinders that I mounted on the wall, so I didn't have to buy anything there either. Ugh. This vise does need new teeth on it though. So we'll just come around here and cut this now. Okay, and what we're going to do now is we're just going to cut along this line, hopefully. And hopefully this will stay kind of straight. This is why I kind of wanted a brace on this stand, but you really want to let the blade do the job. This thing's bouncing around. Putting this plastic floor in was a benefit, but it's ended up being a little more of a nightmare. Okay, now we're just gonna loosen this back up and put it back in the mount. And then we will drill our holes for our hitch pin. And then might have to drill a few more holes. I'm not 100% sure. And now that we have our piece cut here, we're gonna put it back in the hitch, and then we'll mark where we're gonna drill our holes. And these hitch receivers I put on the wall, there'll be a link below. They're off a Dodge Ram pickup truck. Links below. Buy from the links. Don't go off somewhere else if you want to do this and build this somewhere else. This way, if you want to do this build, then you'll be able to do exactly how I did it. Let's put this thing back in the vise and we'll tap our holes with the hammer drill. Go ahead and grab this out of here and bring it back to the vise. Okay, now that we've got our holes marked, we're just gonna hammer drill through this. And we're gonna use hammer drill, which will keep penetrating the metal. And we're also gonna use step drill bits. If you don't have these drill bits, I'd buy a set. Then we'll just flip it over to the other side and drill that hole too. There we go. Battery died. Ugh. Great. Hey, if we get lucky here, the pin will go in. Hey, all right. Perfect. Now we'll just build this up and get our other holes drilled. Now we're going to take our vise plate mount and put it in the vise, and then we'll come back and put the bench grinder on top and then drill our holes accordingly. See how important having a vise is in your garage if you're working on any projects? Ugh. If you hear some background noise, it's because I got to run heat. It's about 40-something degrees in here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually put the vise on here, the bench grinder. We're going to take a marker, or we may not be able to get a marker. Might have to use a pick. And I'm going to score the metal, basically scratch the paint with the pick. And I want the grinder kind of based in the middle here, not more toward the front. And we're just going to scratch the paint, and that's going to give me a good idea of where I need to drill this hole. Okay. And now we're going to drill a hole. I mean, it's real simple here. Battery's dying. Oh my God. I'm going to have to bring out the big guns. I'll be honest with you, I really don't like using this drill. I've not broke my wrist with this drill before. This is the drill that is going to go on my new, we're going to mount a drill press, just like we mounted this vise. See, I have no power for this drill. This drill is primarily used for when you got to drill through concrete stones and shit. Broke that fucking bit right off in that. Oh my God. Look at that. Boy, you won't see that on other people's YouTube channels. That was my fault. I tried to pull it out while it was running and it snapped it. See if I got my holes drilled correctly, which I hope so, because I don't want to have to re-drill those damn holes. Oh, I might have to re-drill it. Now we'll just tighten them up. ain't got to go nowhere. All right. Oh, now first step, we're just going to insert our rod back in here and put our pin back in. I'm going to come back and put the bench grinder on there. We've got our bench grinder. And now we're going to run our post, our pin through the bench grinder here. And we've got an 18mm washer and lock nut washer. We're going to come back and impact those together, and then we have our anti-wobble piece that goes on the hitch. And we're actually going to put that on first. And this piece here is going to prevent it from wobbling back and forth. And like I said, the other video I did was a little more detail oriented because I'm ready to get this garage done. So I'm still filming here, but the detail of the videos with the weather changing, it's more of a priority for me to get this done right now and just put out some content so the algorithm doesn't kill me on my monetization. I'm just going to come back and I'm going to impact these on here nice and tight. Oh, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to come in with the impact, and we're going well, I guess it helps if you have the right size socket. I'm going to start with the anti-wobble trailer rattle. We're just going to go a little bit on each side. That stiffened it up. And then we're going to tighten this plate up here. And we're going to tighten it on this nut side. And I want it back a little bit. We're really going to put some torque on this to get it tighten up. There we go. That's as good as I want. Okay. Playlist in the description below. Thanks for watching. I want y'all to watch what mass production and cost cutting does. This grinder is about probably 20 to 30 years old. My dad, I think, bought that before I was born. Take a look how fast this thing spins up. This is because the quality of the motor that it's used. Look at how instant that is. Now I want you to see what happens when companies like Sears go in a monster mega amount of debt and have to cheapen their product on a newer product. It's still a good product, but watch this with the motor. Look how much they cheapen out on the motor. They're the same RPM motors, same amperage. Look at this. Look how slow that is to wind up compared to this. Instant. America, you got some problems.